Hi, this is Antonio Galimberti from AG Languages. What do we have today? Today we're going to have feedback on that on writing. We're going to be working and talking about essay organization, mainly that. And this is the title of the essay. Look, what makes a good movie? That is the title. Okay, this student has prepared this graphic organizer to put his ideas together in order to talk about that. First of all, he organized his thoughts into this T-chart. It looks like a T-chart. It doesn't look like a T-chart, but that's what it basically is, right? A T-chart. You have the thesis statement right here, and this is the thesis statement. I finally know what are the two ingredients that make a movie good. Good. So that is the thesis statement. But we are not correcting grammar here today, grammar or spelling or punctuation. We're focusing on organization. So we are gonna see an essay on what makes a movie good. This is the thesis statement. I finally know what the two ingredients that make a movie good are. And this is the essay, all right? This essay has more than 350 words, all right? It has 350 words, including the title. Yes, that's the counting that we did. So let's analyze the way in which he organized his ideas. First of all, this is the thesis. I finally know what the two ingredients that make a movie good are. And what is the first ingredient? A good script, a good script. And the other one, a good director. Now, what else is this student going to say about a good script? With a good script, all departments will have an idea of what to do. All right. So since you're talking about the present, you don't need will because you're talking about facts. And for facts, you don't use the future. You use just the simple present necessary for cinematographers, okay, to do the movie or to produce the movie. And that's nice. A good director is the one that knows how to communicate his ideas. Yes, his ideas. And here he's not the one that knows how to use the camera in all angles. Well, it's not necessary. Maybe that's what the student means. Now, let's see if the student has organized his ideas in such a way that all of the work that he has done putting this graphic organizer together can be reflected in his writing of this essay that has 350 words and 4 paragraphs. So this introduction has to have a hook. Every time I watch a movie I don't like, or that I think, that is bad, I find myself asking myself. Yes, it has to be myself. What makes a movie good? Yes. So this is the hook. All right. In my humble opinion, this hook is too long because look, here you have how many words did you have? Let's see the tools and let's count the number of words. 57 words. The paragraph has 57 words. And how many words does the introductory sentence has? 26. That means that 50% of your paragraph is just the hook, right? So I think we need more, we need to shorten this hook a little bit, make it shorter. Every time I watch a movie I don't like, uh-huh, I ask myself, this is what I would say. I ask myself, what makes a good movie? Yes. Now your hook is shorter. And remember that you have to get the reader's attention, and that's it. Now you need the foundation, the background information. What are the key ingredients for a good movie? Mhm. That is the other question that this person asks himself. So this would be part of the hook. So I believe this hook is too long, 50% of the paragraph. So it should be shorter so that we have enough room for the background information. Remember, the objective of including background information is to give the reader some idea of what the topic is about, a general idea. So you need to provide context. You need to define some contexts, or sorry, you need to define some concepts, and you also have to include some other information that will, so to speak, prepare the reader for what is coming, right? So that is what we need. And here we have, I finally know what the two ingredients that make a good movie are. Remember, this is an embedded question. We are not correcting grammar here today, but make sure your embedded questions are okay. Yeah, this is the thesis statement, but personally speaking, I believe it's not a good idea to include yourself in the thesis. You can say maybe there are two ingredients. You don't need this. No, the simpler you do it, the better. There are two ingredients that make a movie. There are two ingredients that make a movie good. So here, goodbye are. We don't need it anymore. Okay, it's simpler, straight to the point, and you see it and you know what the whole thing is going to be about, the whole essay, right? So remember, a good introduction has a hook, some background information, and a thesis statement. In my opinion, we need to change the background information so that we provide meaningful context. A context that does not explain everything, but that allows the reader to have an idea of what is coming. Now, after this, if this is the thesis statement, if this is the thesis statement, you need here a topic sentence that goes along with that thesis. And if we see the graphic organizer, you're gonna talk about a good script. And here, what you have is all starts with a good writing or with good writing. What do you mean by writing? So this is not specific. That does not answer my question. What's the first ingredient? The first ingredient is not my writing, is not my spelling, is not my punctuation. It is the script, correct? Okay, all starts with a good script, right? So here, this is straightforward, right? And now you have a sentence that allows you to know that the first paragraph is going to be about the script. Now let's see if the rest of the sentences, I mean the rest of the paragraph, the other sentences, have to do with the script. Here it says, with a good script, all departments have an idea of what to do, and a good script is necessary for, so that's cinematographers can be prepared for doing the filming. So all starts with a good script. If you don't know, every great movie that was ever made started with a great script. In fact, almost every movie that gets made has to start with a script. Yeah, in my opinion, here you have two sentences that have the very same idea. They are basically the same. You are not giving additional information with the second in the second sentence. When that happens, your paragraphs do not or are not strong, and these can be viewed as this. Probably this student doesn't have more ideas. He doesn't know what else to say. So if that is the case, he starts writing the very same thing in different sentences. So we want to avoid doing that. Next, unless it's a big franchise movie, studio has planned years in advance. Like Marvel's, yeah, here, look at what you have here. This is a serious mistake. What's the problems with this? This is a fragment. Okay, what happens with a fragment? A fragment is a sentence that is not complete. It doesn't have any meaning. So it's just there. No, look, unless it's a big franchise movie, a studio has planned years in advance, like Marvel Studios movie. Yeah, this is like the condition. You have a condition here. This is the conditional clause. Now, that is a condition. Here you need a result. Okay? Every time that you start a sentence with unless, if, when, whenever, after, before, you need two clauses. This is your first clause, the independent clause. Sorry, the dependent clause that happens to have some additional information here between commas. You need an independent clause that shows the result, but we don't have that there. So this is a serious mistake when we write a paragraph. A fragment is a group of words that lacks meaning. Without a script, how would the production designers know what sets they need to build? How would the casting directors know who to cast? How would the cinematographers know what to shoot? Or that director what to direct? Okay, but look at this. Necessary. Okay, so you are pouring those thoughts into that paragraph, these ones, in form of questions. All right, that is a very personal style. Yeah, and those questions allow you to make the reader think about your paragraph. Yeah, that could be a very good option. However, make sure that you are actually developing your main idea and helping the reader to get to the right conclusion. So you have a lot of questions here, yes, but I believe that here we need a statement that says that the first ingredient for a good movie is a good script. Yeah, nice. So that's something that we can add here. And talking about direction, the director has to have vision. Yes, but you're talking about a good director. Mhm. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't include this because remember, this is not an article. You are not trying to entertain your audience. You are trying to convince your audience, to talk your audience into thinking the way you do, right? Accepting, embracing your argument. So, the way in which you write has to be an academic way. The introduction says a director has to have vision. All right, a good director is not the one that knows how to use the camera in multiple angles. In reality, a good director is the one that knows, yes, we're not correcting grammar, however, how to communicate their ideas, their vision. Good directors motivate actors to make choices that best tell where the character is in the life of the story. Good directors work with cinematographers to light the scenes and place the cameras creatively emphasize creatively emphasize important story points. Good directors let the costume and production designers communicate how the world around the characters impacts them and their choices. It's a teamwork and the director is the leader. Yes, remember, we're not correcting grammar, but this is a very serious mistake, no? Omitting, skipping the subject, dropping the subject. Okay, according to the graphic organizer, this paragraph is about uh, communicating ideas and also not knowing everything, but depending on a team, right? So, vision. So, are you going to write about vision in the whole paragraph? Or the characteristics of a good director. According to your graphic organizer, you are not talking about a vision that a director may have, right? You're going to develop on the characteristics, the features of a good director. And according to this paragraph, I don't see that you're highlighting the fact that the director has to have a good vision of what is coming, because the only part of the paragraph in which I see that is the first part. And then you start talking about mechanical things. So, in my opinion, this topic sentence has to change. All right, so let's change it. What can we do to change it? Let me put it right here, and it's right there. And now let's change this. I would do it like this. The director, mhm, the director of a movie makes makes it special too. Yes, and this is just an idea. So here you're talking about the director itself, not about his vision. You see? So you have to be very careful with the words that you choose. But what about making a movie special? Well, that is the topic about. Look at the topic. What makes a movie good? What makes a movie special? So you have to always remember the task that you have. And based on the task that you have to choose the wording. All right. Now, here, you're saying that it's not a matter of technical skills or mechanical skills, but it's about communicating your ideas, all right? And having a clear vision, right? So now you're talking not about the vision that the director has, but the vision that he has as a characteristic, as a feature of the director. So that is going to help you a lot. Now, motivating actors, yeah, that's important. And also lighting, yes, or lightning, no, lighting, I should be saying. And then also here, costume, yes, designers, communication, teamwork. So you see, it's about teamwork. It's not about just his vision. So if you put vision in the topic sentence, you are reducing the amount of information that you can include in the paragraph, which is not good, right? And now let's see the conclusion. Every time I watch a movie I don't like or that I think is bad, yes, or that I think is bad. Why you don't need another that here? Because you have it here already. Yes, so you don't need it here. I find myself asking myself, yes, but now I remember that you started your essay using the very same words. This is something that we cannot do. This is something This is something that we cannot do. We have to make sure it's true that we paraphrase the thesis statement. We need to paraphrase the thesis statement. Yes, that's true. But we don't want to repeat the very same things that we included in the introduction because your introduction started like that. It has to be different. Okay. So your main objective, what is the first thing that you need? You need a concluding phrase. And after the concluding phrase, you are going to paraphrase the thesis. Here you can say, for example, to conclude, right? And now you need to see this thesis statement at the beginning. Yes? Do you have it here? What makes a good movie? But now I know. All I have to start with a good script that will help to have an idea of how the characters. Yes, okay. So first of all, here we need here here in your thesis, you are saying that you have two ingredients. All right. But in your conclusion, you're saying that there are many ingredients. So my question is, how many ingredients are there? Two, three, four, five? According to your graphic organizer, there are two, the script and the director. So that is what you have to mention in the conclusion, right? Okay, so here, first of all, we need to paraphrase the thesis statement. It has to be there, but in different words. Then we need to talk about the two main ideas, the script and the director, but not giving a lot of information, not providing a lot of information. I think this is it. A good script, yes. And the other key is a good director, one that knows how to communicate with his team. You see, okay? But if you realize this, I don't know if you can see it. Here you're talking about the characters, clothing, hairstyles, and everything connected to the script or connected with the script. And then you're talking about the director as somebody who knows how to communicate with his team. Those are your two ideas. So my question is, when you read these two paragraphs, do you have the feeling that having a good script contributes to the development of the work as a team among the different departments? Let's see. Here, designers, building sets, cast, yes, and that's it. You're not talking about anything else. You're not talking about other departments. But in the conclusion, you are saying that a script helps people, yes, from all of those different departments. And then you say that a good director knows how to work as a team. Okay, do we see this here? Yes, 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 we do see it. Okay, so now you will know what makes a good movie. Yeah, here you need a conclusion. Yes, but what is the objective of my final comments? The objective of the final comments is to help me, to help me here motivate my audience to think about the importance of my argument. Okay, so the concluding thoughts, the closing thoughts in your introduction have to motivate your audience to do something, to take actions. Sorry, to take action, to do something about a or to do something based on the information that you are providing, right? So, in review, you should always start with a good graphic organizer. That's cool. But this graphic organizer has to have the ideas very well structured in such a way that you can implement your thinking process easily into your essay. An introduction with a hook that gets the reader attention, background information that allows me to have a clear idea of what is coming, then a thesis statement that guides my writing, a thesis statement that determines what my topic sentences are going to be, a thesis statement that shows me what words I should include in my topic sentences, and two strong, clear, brief topic sentences that help me mention my main two ideas. If my main two ideas um, are well and simply put right there together at the very beginning of the paragraph, I will be able to develop my ideas easily in order to support each of the topic sentences, correct? And we have also a concluding paragraph that has to have what? It has to have a thesis statement, first of all, a concluding phrase, then the paraphrasing of the thesis statement, then a summary of the body, keeping the two topic sentences in mind, and I also need a concluding idea. No? A final statement or a final set of statements that help your audience to think about your argument. So those are some tips about how to organize an essay. I hope you find it useful, Christian. Thank you very much.